wheels spinning, clogging. I can hear the zeros and ones turning. Come on, YouTube, pick it up. Okay, excellent condition. 1 like already so far from a diehard. Right, I think we're live, Jack. Here comes the intro. It's your boy, Amreezy, and I'm back with another Fantasy FootbLOL episode where we review the Premier League weekend just gone. We chat Sorare, and we always have a guest on, and returning to the channel is the wonderful, the incredible Jack P. Jack P, welcome, mate.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad to be back again.
Yeah, it's good to have you. Last time you were on, it was a breeze chatting to you. It was one of the quickest episodes that it felt like. So I was like, Jack's got to be a regular now. So we've got your insight, your wisdom, and from everything I've seen from your kind of videos so far, by the way, go check out Jack P on YouTube, guys. Go follow his channel. We're doing the promo now. I'm not doing it at the end, but maybe some of you, maybe you're watching this and have stopped watching by then. So Jack P, follow his channel. Anything else you want to push, Jack? Any other X? Do you use X much?
I haven't recently. I'm normally just a bit of like what do you call it when you're just watching from what do you call like a long distance view. I don't get involved too much, but
what's the word? Lurker?
I'm sure there's a word for it. Lurker. That's what I'm with a bit. Is that the word? What they use now? I just kind of go on there. Yeah, I know it's used on Twitch, etc. But yeah, I don't really post, to be honest. I should post more. I actually don't know when my last post was. I need to have a look. But yeah, YouTube where you can find my videos. I'm trying to be consistent as possible. But yeah, absolutely loving Sorare at the moment as you.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell looking at your videos that you're winning good stuff, you're crafting good stuff, your lineups are doing well. I mean, it looks like you're having fun. So congrats. Like, what do you think of the highlights have been since, I think it was last month maybe, since we last saw you?
Oh God, I'm just trying to think. Well, my highlight was Sunday morning when I woke up this morning. On Sunday morning, I was first in under 23 rare, but I've dropped down to 7th now, which isn't too bad. Tier 1. Yeah, I think I've won a couple of T1s, a couple of good crafts as well. I'm trying to remember when I was on what I've won since. Obviously, with that international break as well. I think it was during that time. I'm just out. Yeah, there we go. I've been a busy boy.
Yeah, I think maybe last time we saw you'd bought this Trincao, and I was asking you if you're gonna go into contender more or challenger more.
Challenger. Yeah. So as you can see, I obviously won the Butland, so got 2 goalkeepers there. So I went out and splashed the cash a little bit, but there's a lot of money there, but a lot of that is market credits as well. I think the Husband and the Sorare, for example, they were half price. So yeah, because obviously during the international break we had those missions, and I did quite well on them.
Nice.
So yeah, half that money there isn't, half of it isn't what I've purchased, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and that is also something good for newer Sorare managers to understand. Like when you see someone buy a card for £48, or even just in the market activity, if you're like, oh, people are bidding this much, if you've not got market credits, you're not on the same level. They're basically getting half that. So that's a good tip for newer Sorare managers to be careful. Like, don't go chasing like that price, because loads of us have got market credits. I've still got a few left. I think you get 30 days to use them. So
yeah, I don't know about you, but like I've got to a stage now where I'm quite content with my limited. I mean, there might be the odd card that I want here and there, but I've got £32 market credits to use, and it's forcing me to buy a card.
Yeah, it's so clever.
It draws me right in.
I know, I'm the same. As soon as I get them. And even if you get them in those, like on the homepage, they have those missions where it's like pick 3 players. Yeah. And occasionally on the Champions League weekend or the big Premier League weekend, there'll be market credits. and I think I got 3 like a week ago or two ago. Like all 3 hit, and I got like must have been like $3 each or $9. And I was like, oh, that's it. I've got to spend $9 now. That's 80. I want $18 worth of a player.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I completely get it. It's good to have, but also it just forces you to buy a card.
And then looks like limited. It's been quite a lot of some Belgian, a lot of Belgian Jupiler League players. A couple of Prem boys.
I thought the price is really good in the Belgium league. A few Prem players just to kind of get me over the edge.
These are two great crafts.
Oh, Kivior. Oh, obviously I brought Kivior in the rare, and as you can see from his last 5 there, he's been absolutely brilliant for Porto.
Absolutely glorious stuff. And like, where was he last year? Arsenal or?
Yeah, it's at Arsenal. He did play a little bit towards the end of the season, I think, because Gabriel was injured.
Yeah, of course.
As you can see there. So, to be fair, he did fairly well for us. Obviously, I think like a mid-table Prem team would suit him, but obviously Porto is probably like a perfect club to go to. And he's obviously partnering. Is it Bednarek, who's played for Southampton?
It's a Premier League reunion over there.
Yeah.
Bednarek, did he used to play for Arsenal as well? Bednarek. I know it was Southampton for like a really long time.
Oh, I don't know.
Let's have a look.
No, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, maybe I'm just getting this red of Southampton mixed up. Where do we see Korea? Villa and Southampton, no Arsenal.
On loan.
Yeah, I don't know where I got that up. I feel like because he's from Poland, there must have been another Polish Arsenal player that's confusing me.
Oh, God, I'm trying to think.
Lost my streak this week. AJJ brothers lost the streak because of Trevor. Oh, dear. I mean, I sprinkled Chelsea players across all of my lineups, and they just sort of destroyed every lineup they were sprinkled in. So I sympathize with you, AJJ. And because Muniz DMP. Why didn't Muniz play? We'll get to Fulham. But I'm guessing Jimenez played instead that game. Sorry to hear that, AJJ.
He scored.
So yeah, like I really like those 2 crafts you did, because even the Dan and Doi one. Wait, that's not your page, is it? Even the Dan and Doi one, like I think that's quite a fun one. I think he's just about to get going when Ange is kind of settled in. And if Ange plays anything like he played at Tottenham, surely the wingers at Forest are going to have a lot of fun, and Dan and Doi could be a fun one.
Yeah, they've got a lot of attacking talent. Nottingham Forest have. I was watching the Betis game. They signed that winger from the French league who I did buy actually as a limited card. I don't know his name now. Obviously they got Ndoye. They've got Hudson-Odoi. They've got Amari Hutchinson as well. They've got
spoiled
a lot of talent.
I think I put
his name.
Yeah, I think I put a lineup up for this game, and I was annoyed because I think I didn't put I think I had Chris Wood. I thought he'd get a game, and I think I put maybe someone else that didn't play. But yeah, it's looking like he's not fully certain on Chris Wood. I think maybe he'll get the league games, but again, he came off the bench at the weekend, and this guy came on, this Igor Jesus guy. And he looks fun, and he got my eye on him.
Yeah, I watched the Forest second half at Sunderland, and yeah, well, from what I saw from the fans, Chris Wood wasn't playing well, and he brought that Jesus on, or I better say his name, and like 2 or 3 shots, and you got in around the box. He looks a top player. He does definitely.
Defo. The annoying thing is because I got the Forest stack last year, I'm kind of like, I'm not going to get them this year. But then there's a few of them that I would actually like Dan and Doi. So I think I would need to craft one to then make me go, all right, I'll get some more in season.
Back in,
yeah. But I'm close. I'm so close. But I just need that little encouragement. Like, oh, I've crafted the backup goalkeeper from Nottingham Forest. Well, he could help with the collection points if I go out now and buy a Dan and Doi and So yeah,
How did you get? How did you get on this weekend?
terrible, absolutely
Oh,
terrible. And I mean, I was so looking forward to the weekend as well. The previous weekend, I was like, okay, hard fixtures. But
yeah, a lot of tough games last weekend.
this weekend though, I just thought, I've got Everton at home to West Ham, which they're playing now, but it's not going to go anywhere. Chelsea again, red card, ruined the performance. Terrible scores from the Chelsea players, which I spread over all three of my main lineups, and they all did terrible. Spurs 1-1 with full of Wolves. I was like, Spurs, Wolves, this is 3-4-0. This is, and then no clean sheet. Kudos doesn't do anything. I mean, I'm loving Gabriel. He's been a solid, but apart from Gabriel, everyone in here did terrible. And before I was looking at these fixtures, even Evan Nielsen, I was like, Leeds away. That's a nice fixture for Brentford. I was like, every single one of these cards, I have a good feeling about. Matt Sells playing Sunderland. Forest lose 1-0 to Sunderland. It's like at home, just every single thing apart from Gabriel. Just one of those weekends where like, yeah, that's how it went.
I've just had a thought. Has there been any clean sheets in the Premier League this weekend? Oh, apart from the Sunderland game.
No. One clean sheet.
Wow.
For Sunderland. Wow. They were the only team to get a clean sheet.
It's just come to mind. Just them fixtures, yeah.
Yeah, that is crazy. The Prem is all over the shop. Everton West Ham might finish 0-0 now, just because we've said this.
Yeah.
AJJ Brothers has got an Everton stack in Arena. I hope they play well. I'm watching the game sometime. AJJ, let us know any goals. You can be our notification alert. If anyone scores, let us know and we'll pop to this page and have a look at who scored and stuff. So yeah, I'll get to it. I've got updates about my gallery, which I'll get as we get to that game. So if you're new around here, I'm going to big screen for this. If you're new around here, how the show works is I have a guest on every week and we go through the Premier League games one by one. Any Sorare news, any players that interest us. How I like to think of it is if the guest didn't have any Sorare cards in the gallery and was just starting new, what cards would they buy? What cards would they kind of look for? And we do that every week. This week's with Jack P. We're going to go through the games and we're starting off with Brentford 3, Manchester United 1. I mean, just when you think things are kind of improving for Manchester United, it's back. They won 2 games in a row, didn't they? And it was like, first time he's ever done that. Has he turned a corner? Brentford next. And then, what are they doing? Like, shocker. A stinker by them.
Absolute shock. Getting a bit off topic here, but I play Football Manager. I'm a bit sad. This is going to sound a bit sad, but I play Football Manager, right? And the way I play it is when I load the game up, I simulate for the first 5 games and save
nice.
So, for example, I want to manage Man United, but to make it more realistic, instead of joining at the start, I holiday to the first game.
Yeah.
Obviously, save it. Force Man United to lose the first 5 games or draw and lose, whatever it might be. Then I take charge and I want Amarin to stay in charge so I can take over Man United on Football Manager 26. Where if he leaves now and New Manager joins in, it's like they've already got him right before the game starts, if that makes sense. So I just want to put out there, please don't sack him until FM 26 comes out next month.
I thought a similar thing about West Ham. I was like, oh, he's doing so bad, Potter, but keep him because it's a fun FM save this if you revive West Ham. But now that they've got Nuno, it's ruined. Burned it.
Yeah, I do apologize. Yeah, I do apologize if you don't play Football Manager, but if you play, I'm sure you get that point where you start the career up and it's the new manager's already taken charge. Anyway, Man United. I'm happy. I love when United lose. I absolutely love it. But what is there more to say? I think he's got to go. If I was a Man United fan, which I'm not, I'd be calling for him to be gone. I don't think there's any way back now. For me personally,
I mean, I've heard that he's got a big payout clause. Like if they sack him, they have to pay a lot. But they've done that before with other managers. I just don't know why he. We've got an international break coming up. That would be a good time to sack him. I would have thought the other international break would have been a good time. It's just. It makes me think maybe they're just going to keep him. Maybe if he doesn't get relegated, they're just going to keep him for the whole year. Like, because I was thinking, who would they get if they got rid of Amarin? Because I think West Ham sacked Potter because Nuno was available. There is a kind of time where it's like, if a good manager is available out there, it's a good time. It's a chance, sack your manager quickly, get that guy in. So I was thinking maybe if they waited till the World Cup, there'll be other managers out there, or the end of the season, you'll get a better kind of caliber of manager. Because right now I'm like, who would they get? I can't think of anyone who would like obviously come in and do a good job. Like, I thought maybe
that is a good,
maybe Southgate, maybe.
See, I wouldn't. I think he'll do fairly well, but if I was a United fan, I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know who I'd bring in, to be honest. I think I saw some in the rumours if Xavi,
Oh yeah,
being
that would be fun.
interested, but yeah, I just don't think it's working. I mean, obviously, I'm not putting the blame completely down to the manager. I think you've got some players there that are decent, but they just aren't performing well. But it's just a formation for me. And
I
I
know
know
it's
Palace play the
mad.
formation, and I know Palace play it really well, but I just don't see a Manchester United, like a Man City and Arsenal playing free at the back. I know teams like Juventus and Chelsea don't perform, they've played, but for me, it's just never been. I don't know. I know Inter played as well. I just don't like it personally.
No, and like the teams you mentioned, like they have better players. Like they had a solid three at the back, not just Luke Shaw kind of fitting in and doing an okay job. Maguire kind of, some games having good moments. Delict, not quite the Delict at Bayern. Those teams that have made it work have had all three defenders have been solid. I think Chelsea's would have been like Gary Cahill, Aspilicueta, and I don't know, maybe solid defenders basically. Like that formation worked for that team, and I think if you gave 100 managers took over Manchester United, I don't think any of 100 of them would play this formation, unless Ruben Amorim was somehow in that poll.
Yeah.
Johnny's given us a big comment. I like a big comment. We'll probably beat Sunderland, keep him, then play Liverpool and get battered. Need to get rid of him now. I'd love Eddie Howe. Ooh, interesting. Would he leave, though? Would he leave Newcastle? They've got like Champions League football this year. But
yeah, I don't think.
Again, though, that's one of the good things about waiting till the end of the season, though. That maybe if Newcastle have like an average season and Man United finish kind of close to them in the table, then Eddie Howe probably goes, all right, I don't fancy that big pay. I fancy a big paycheck.
Yeah. If I was Eddie Howe, I wouldn't join at the moment in time. But obviously, I appreciate obviously it is a bigger club, but I think he's one of the managers that could come in and actually sort him out. In terms of really, you see it at Newcastle now, the work rate of the players, your Murphys, etc. Gordon's getting. I don't know. I could see him working, but I don't think he would leave Newcastle, as Johnny's mentioned there. So maybe end of season, he's at his time, and so he said if they get 7th, 8th, or a bit of a bit of a bad season as such, not a terrible season, and Newcastle owners want the next big thing. I don't know whoever it might be. You never know. You never know.
Yeah, it all depends on who's available in the summer. Because like if Newcastle also are in the same position where they're like, sure, Eddie Howe's been doing a good job, but so and so's available. Like Thomas Tuchel, I don't know, someone like that who leaves England, does well at the World Cup, and Newcastle are like, that's a great opportunity for us. And then Man United can kind of get it'll be like he goes there, he goes there, he goes there. But I just think if Manchester United had a good option lined up, like if Xavi did want to go, or Zidane, or if there was like one of these big names that is genuinely interested, I think they would have got him by now. So it just makes me think they must not be the caliber manager they want out there interested. And if they did get rid of him, they'd have to get someone in that is probably just the same. Or there's been a goal in the Everton game.
Oh, who scored?
Kenny.
Keane.
Michael Keane?
I'm guessing it's going to be Keane or Kenny.
Yeah, Michael Keane. Keane. I thought they'd.
Who's got the assist? Garner. So I've got Ndai in my FPL team.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, this should be a good game for him, Beto, yeah. I mean, no surprises in the lineup for Everton there. West Ham, first game for Nuno. Maybe they're a bit more up for it because it's a new manager. but same players I'm seeing here. So Areola's back in goal. Ooh, I've got an Areola in the vault. I might have to unfreeze him if he's going to be the number one goalkeeper. Who's the goalkeeper? Yeah, they've been playing this Hermadsen guy, so that would be good for me, having another Premier League Classic card to play in goal. AJJ Brothers, before I ask the question, if you could swap a newly signed player from this summer, who would you swap and why? Who would you swap and why? So I'm guessing if my club have signed a player I don't want, or if there's been a really good player gone to like a rival who's doing well that I don't want to do well. Maybe. That's a tricky question. Maybe I wouldn't have Chelsea have signed so many wingers. So maybe
if I was Chelsea, I'd be getting a goalkeeper, and that's
yeah. So maybe I'd say I wish we didn't sign Garnacho, and I wish we spent that money on a goalkeeper and a centre back. Probably both. You could probably get both for the money that we paid for some of these wingers. Yeah, I'll say that then. Who else is out there? Who's made a good signing that I don't like? My head has gone more to the fact that like maybe Gyökeres at Arsenal, just so that they didn't fix the striking problem and they were still playing like Kai Havertz up front. Or Liverpool Isaac maybe, because that's like a really good signing for one of Chelsea's rivals. So I'd rather they didn't do that. But whoever can turn this mess around will be a legend. Yeah, I mean, that's the appeal of Manchester United, is that that's probably why they can still get some good managers, because to be the guy to turn it around will be such a great thing. Like, but yeah, speaking of Chelsea, let's get to this mess. I mean, we're looking good. We're looking pretty comfortable. It's looking like a nice game, 1-0 up, and then another red card. Everything turned. Then they go up 3 goals. And I was thinking, like, when he got sent off, you know, as the defender, you're thinking, all right, I'll take the red, but at least they stopped them scoring. At 50 minutes into the game, surely you should have just let the goal, because then you're on the pitch, 11 men, and it's 1-1. You know, I know it's easier with hindsight saying it now, but I just wonder why defenders do that, because surely they should be coached. Let the goal happen, unless it's in the last final 10 minutes and we're like, need that win. If it's like 50 minutes in, surely every coach says, yeah, try and just get him, put him off. But maybe the goalkeeper saves it. If you get a red card in 15 minutes, that's basically conceding like 2 goals, because there's so much time to now have to defend. So, game ruined.
I did see the red card. I think I'm not trying to defend Chalavari. I think there's a split second where I'm not quite sure who. It might be Rutgers running through on goal or someone. There's a split second where I think he thinks he can get the ball, and obviously he doesn't. But I think, like, to be fair to, I don't think he's gone to like clean him up completely. But I get your point. But I think there's just a split second where he just thinks he gets there, and then he trips over a little bit, and yeah, it's a bit of a mess. But yeah, I do think just let him have the shot. If keeper saves it, you know, obviously if he scores, it's 1-1 where it is, and you know, it's 11v11. Then you never know, but
that must have been it. He must have thought he could get it, because
just a bit of it. Is it Gomez, Brighton? I think was he the guy who scored a hat trick?
Yeah,
was it he was the guy? Yeah. Oh, did he play? Did he play well, or
not as good, not as impressive as Minter? Minter, basically everything was going through Minter. He was the main guy who was impressing me. Straight after, I'm looking up his price. I'm going, okay, the Minter's on my radar now. He's also a forward card as well, so he's playing on that wing. Forward card, going for about £14. So Minter's the one that I think I really like the look of. I also did think Mitoma looked okay. I think against weaker teams, Mitoma's the guy. I think in games like that are a bit bigger, he kind of gets a bit lost a little bit. Got taken off for 63 minutes. And Minter was like just the main guy, I think. So, Yeah, I was impressed by him. Gomez, I still am impressed with, and I almost liked that he had a bit of a quiet game because it just means that his value drops, the hype drops. And if I see Brighton with like 5 good games in a row, I think a little fun stack of Minter, Gomez, maybe Rutter, because it looks like he might now be the striker, the sort of the one. Danny Welbeck's kind of becoming the bench guy now, so Brighton may be sorting it out. It was just hard to tell because Chelsea was such a shambles that hard to tell if Brighton were going to go. I mean, Man United beat Chelsea, and then again, we're thinking Man United are great again, but I think it could just be a case of Chelsea are just a great team to play right now, whoever you are. I think the players are getting tired. People like João Pedro having to play every game now. We've not really got any rotation options because Delap's injured. Palmer's away. The defense is either injured or suspended. It's just a good time to play Chelsea.
Yeah, I think it is mental. Obviously, all that money, yeah, obviously Chelsea spent. As you mentioned there, Palmer's injured, so I get that. But just Neto, I don't see like a title winning. I predicted Chelsea finish to be third this season, and like really battling for the and Sanchez, that Hato, different. I just look at that team and think that's just not as good as a first fault this season. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I don't know. It's just lacking something.
Yeah, it is big time. Yeah. I mean, yes, those players have got injured, but like you spent all that money, you should have solid backup at Chelsea now. There should be 2 good 11 teams to play, and there's not one good goalkeeper. It's like all of that money spent, and there isn't one good goalkeeper.
Is that Jamie Gittins played? Is he injured or is he?
He's played, but he's not looked that exciting. No. Again, maybe that's the player I'd swap if I could pick any transfer to swap this year. Maybe Gittins for a goalkeeper or a centre back. He was an unused substitute. He played the first couple of games of the season, but he all I remember of him is trying to run down the wing, trying to beat a man, failing, or beating a man and then crossing and it being blocked by the first defender, and just.
I know what's going to happen. I can see him having a poor season at Chelsea. He gets a loan move or a permanent move to like a Brighton or Brentford, and he becomes their star man. I'm saying it right now.
I mean, he's still young. He's got time to do that. What is he? 21 years old. So could just be a case of he just needs time to. Maybe this was too big of a step up because he wasn't even like the Dortmund nailed on starter. I think at Dortmund he was just about breaking into the team, but I don't think he was like the main man for. Can we see his stats from last year? But yeah, it's not exactly like when Bellingham was at Dortmund and there was so much hype about him.
Oh yeah,
there wasn't like that much hype. I don't think we had to fight off a lot of teams to sign him. So he just thinks. AJJ Brothers asking, why did Chelsea buy Delap? I mean, I think he's a good backup striker. I think he's a good bench player, and I think because Chelsea always wanted to get rid of Jackson, Maresca never really liked Jackson. So we didn't have any strikers. I think part of the problem last year was not having any strikers apart from Jackson. So Jackson played like all season. So this year it was like, right, we're getting João Pedro, we're getting Delap. We've got 2 now. One gets injured, and then it turns out João Pedro is probably better as a 10 or on the wing. So back to no strikers again. At least I bought loads of in-season cards from Chelsea. Well, I think they'll be okay eventually. They'll either attack the manager and get better, or they'll turn their form around, or Palmer will come back and single-handedly save them. And yeah, Brighton though looked good, but again, hard to tell if it was Brighton or Chelsea being bad. Liverpool lost. Crystal Palace, did not see this coming. Liverpool, I mean, I did wonder if it would be like a 0-0 when I saw that Etikite can't play up front. Isaac's not fully fit and he's going to have to play. I did wonder, is it going to be a 0-0? Because we know Palace got a really good defense. Are they just going to be comfortable with a 0-0? And I think them scoring early kind of had to change their tactics. when they scored after like 9 minutes, Crystal Palace, it was kind of, I think something changed because when I saw them line out, I was like, okay, they look solid. It's gonna be a strong. Then they scored, and I think they had to kind of go, well, we might as well just keep going now. Liverpool might be there for the taking, and this Konate guy, I just feel like I just feel like if you're a team like Palace and you go 1-0 up after 9 minutes, you just feel like we can take him. We can take him. And yeah, I think Liverpool won't keep many clean sheets this year. So if you go 1-0 up, I mean, a little bit lucky to get a goal that late.
Yeah, I watched the highlights of this game, and Liverpool got battered. That Mateta at the inside of the post, he had a shot save. Munoz had a shot for the Hearts. He got absolutely battered. I'm just going to be a shout out to Adam Wharton from the Hearts that I saw, and I saw a bit on Twitter as well. I'm not sure what his Sorare score was this weekend. He played 62 minutes, was there?
62 minutes, 7.8. I'm guessing it was good.
But what a player he is. What a player. He is going all the way to the top.
A 56 against Liverpool.
That's not bad, yeah.
I do wonder if he moved.
Yeah,
if he'd become a lot
great, yeah.
If he would become a bit more of like maybe a Declan Rice type scoring player where he gets bigger peaks because he's passing to more regular goal scoring players, getting more assists.
Yeah, he needs to be playing for like a big. I mean, maybe this is a bit too big, but like around. I'm not saying him playing for Madrid, but imagine him in like a Madrid side.
Yeah.
His AA will be. I mean, anyone in the Madrid side, of course, but like a bigger team like that would just be game breaking. Surely he's quality.
If he was in a midfield like where he's the one responsible player as well, he'd probably get more because he's sharing some of that responsibility. There's always a hard worker with him in that midfield, like Kamada or like Will Hughes. There's always someone like that alongside him to help break up the play, But if he was playing for like a Madrid where they just got so many attacking players and they just need one guy to be the holding player midfield, and he was that guy, and he can pass.
Like a Man City. Obviously, I'm not saying he's level of Rodri. He might be in the future, but that sort of position. I'm not saying that team. I'm not comparing him to Rodri, by the way, guys. I'm just saying that sort of position. He'll be incredible.
No, I mean for a 21-year-old, if I was to say out of other 21-year-olds, who is most likely to sort of be that Rodri type player? Like, I don't see many other players. I know there's a lot of hype about Tchouameni at Real Madrid, but I'm not thinking of many other young ones.
Yeah, he's already there. He's already at the top team entry. I think Palace there playing free at the back, so the system is working fine for them. But I still don't like the system, but it's working really well. I think Munoz especially, he's just incredible. Mark Gay against a team who he should have signed for.
It's the Mark Gay derby.
Yeah, but from what I saw, Palace absolutely. But again, that's just from the highlight. I'm not sure what the stats say, but
no, it was that.
Absolutely, yeah.
It was a walk in the park, 3 in the back, making it work. Not your go-to formation in Football Manager, then 3 at the back.
No.
What's your go-to?
I'm a bit of a boy. I just go 4-2-3-1. Just a traditional 4-2-3.
Gegenpress.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just if there's early comments in the chat saying who can turn United around. It's this guy right here.
It's that guy. Show him your Football Manager highlight reel. Hire Jack P for Manchester United. I hope the next football Manager is a little bit because like on the previous ones, if you've just played that 4-2-3-1 formation gegenpress, pretty much. I hope the next one like is a bit more other formations work. That formation isn't just OP and just isn't the best one. Like I would like to try some other formations, but whenever I've done that on previous FMs, I've always been like, why? It's not working. Like this one works so well.
Yeah. And again, getting a bit off topic here again, but I'm hopeful we've got some Football Manager fans in the chat or watching this back. But I love like the fancy side and like FFP and I feel like it's too easy sometimes. I think like if I manage my team, Stoke City, obviously in real life, there's always financial, constraints in terms of we can't spend the X amount. We have to sell. We got to sell one of our best youth products this year to we got it Feyenoord or somewhere in the Holland, basically. PSV might have gone, but yeah, I'd love that way. It's very tight, but again, a bit off topic there. But
we've got to start doing an FM live stream FM show as well.
Oh yes, I'd love that.
We'll add it to the calendar.
Count me in.
Next up, Leeds Bournemouth. I don't know what I'm doing with my Evan Nielsen card. I've got a Semenyo card now because I had a bit of a. After that weekend, I was a bit like I sold quite a lot of cards. I sort of was like, right, I've Ollie Watkins and Rodgers. I'd sold before this weekend and just before the weekend because I was like, I built my lineups. And I was like, I don't need Watkins and Rodgers here. Haven't done anything all season. Sold them. And then Watkins scores, Rodgers assists. So I was like, right, I've got to put my Watkins Rodgers money somewhere useful. And so I've gone for Semenyo and who else did I get? Oh, Romero from Tottenham. So I think Semenyo is just going to be such a glorious player because it's like, I just can't get over this. Teams not playing in Europe are just so up for it, fresh, play 90 minutes. And teams like Arsenal, Man City, they're just going to rest players now. It's going to get worse. Chelsea, it's going to get so harder to predict the Chelsea team as they get further and further in the Champions League, FA Cup, Carling Cup, whatever it is, League Cup starts. It's just like a team like where you just know Grealish, Semenyo, these kind of players that you just know they're going to play every week. They know they're the main man of the team. And Semenyo's on free kicks now. He was on penalties earlier. So he's got penalties, free kicks. Is like the main man, confident. He's just playing such a kind of, I'm about to move to a top 4 team kind of. He's got that swagger of who wants me. I'm playing for the big boys this year. Like, so that was my takeaway from this game. I have to get a Semenyo card. Evan Nilsson's not cutting it.
Yeah, same as you say, like, them sort of teams, them sort of players that have got no European football. They might be like a Grealish, like not an international break. So you never have to worry. Like I've got, again, a little bit off track here, but Hearts, for example, the Scottish League, they've got no European football. I know my midfielder, Devlin, I think his name is, who's been brilliant, by the way. I know he is playing he's a 90% on Sorare.
Yeah.
Like every weekend. I haven't got to think, oh shit, is he playing Bayern next week in the Champions League? Is he getting right? Oh, it's brilliant to have.
I do wonder as well, like, because my strategy was like I don't usually spend as much as I did this year, and I went for Chelsea and Tottenham stacks because I was like, yeah, they're kind of one of the big boys, not quite the big boys, and I get to use them in Champions League weeks. But now I've just gone, I shouldn't have done that. I think you should either go premium if you want Champions League. I should have gone Liverpool City, or I just think it's a good idea to go who are the best players. Don't worry about stacks. Just pick the best players from all the teams that aren't in Europe. Because there's always a team like that are usually in Europe that aren't this year, or a team like Manchester United, for example, like that don't have Europe this year, so they'll have more rest, or Bournemouth, Brighton, those kind of teams. And just if you made a team of the best players, like a Grealish, Semenyo as your midfielder and your striker, and then you just did the same with the rest of the positions, I just think that would have been a much better way for me to have spent that money than stacks that are going to be resting, rotating, because you never know to play them if they're going to play in the Champions League now or the Premier League. It's like, especially teams like Tottenham, where it's like, there are a few, that's why I got the Romero card, because Pedro Porro was dropped in the league this week, because I think they want to play him in the Champions League. And I was like, this is going to happen a lot more. But at least Romero is one of those players where he always plays. And
yeah.
I think there are some players like that, like Gabriel at Arsenal. I'll keep him because it's like he should play every game. But players like Xavi Simons, players like João Palhinha, when they will score and play and do well now and again, but they'll hurt you so many times with DMPs or coming off the bench or... It's been a frustrating week for me. I don't know if you can tell.
I could tell.
Yeah. I'm having to like. I sold a lot of cards to kind of be like. I think I might have to make another video, a separate video about this, about like remembering Sorare is about having fun and like, you know, if you don't win or if you have a week where like you really thought you were going to do well and everything just collapses, and then you sell Watkins and Rogers, and then the very next game they score. When you're in that kind of position, I just feel like you can kind of just lose track of things. And I could just sell my entire gallery, just go chasing who are the informed guys now. And then obviously they're not going to keep that form forever. So I'll get the guys who are hot now, and then they'll frustrate me because they'll stop scoring. And then my old guys will start doing well again. And I just think patience is something that I like tell people about, new managers especially, that when they're always like, what advice do you have for me? I'm always like, patience. If you don't win anything for a while, it's fine. And so I kind of need to have one of those myself where it's just like, relax, Amreezy. Yeah, are you having fun?
Yeah. You're not the only one. Honestly, trust me. I'm like that. I can. It's like when if you're going to sign a player, or worst thing is, I think, right, I'm going to sell it. When this player gets good, I'm going to sell him. He gets good, you think, oh, he's got Bournemouth over this weekend. I can't sell him. I put my line up and then put my line again. Then before you know it, it's end of the season. You haven't sold him. Honestly, I am the same. But the good thing with my guy this season is I'm not buying a side. I'm literally buying, and that's my gallery for the season. If one of my players gets injured or performs, it's my call. That's kind of, I'm viewing that as my call for the whole season. I'm locked in with that player, if that makes sense. I mean, things might change in a few months' time, but my strategy now is I've got my set tiers now. I'm if a player goes up, a player goes down, I'm not signing up, but that's my card, if that makes sense. I kind of sealed him, but obviously I haven't, but they're in my go. That's at the stain. I mean, who knows? In a few months' time, they might have all been gone. But at the moment, that's my strategy.
I like it. I think I'm kind of doing a half thing like that. I think I'm going like half. I'm going to just stick with these guys, and then half I'm just going to like have a constant cycle where I don't get too attached to them. And if they have tricky fixtures or they dip in form, I try to just sell them for whatever the floor price is then. Because like with Watkins and Rogers, I kind of was like going like, okay, yes, I can get £12 for Watkins, and I bought him for 30 or 40 something. But what does that £12 give you right now? It gets you a Watkins, or it gets you a Minter, or it gets you a Semenyo if you have market credits, or it gets. So I try to just view it like, not like what I pay. So half the cards, like the Chelsea and Spurs cards, they're staying here all season. No matter how they do, I've committed to that now. So they're going to be there all season. But then I've got like just a few pieces to break up the kind of lineups so you can have like 2, 2, and then a 1. And that's what I'm trying to cycle. So I'm trying to be like you half.
Yeah, I think what I'm doing isn't to make. I think I become too. I mean, years ago when I played Sorare, I got attached to my players like God knows. Like I don't know if you know John Lukemi, defender, played for Genk.
Yeah, it rings a bell.
Now, honestly, I was. It's like one of my first ever super rare cards I ever brought. Him and Ito plays for Genk. Honestly, I got so attached to that card. I remember turning down like 2 or 3 grand for it. I just thought, no, this is my card.
Yeah.
And when I sold this, honestly, it was, so I think becoming too attached, and I think what you're doing is keeping half a gallery about them a stain, but these ones are quite flexible with, because sometimes you can, you can get too attached to a player. So I think what you're doing is good. You got half a players, you kind of core plays, and you Watkins, Rogers that have bad games. You can move in and out of them. You aren't afraid to get some menu, and it might cost you £5 now, but in the long run, it might make you 50. Might make you get your streaks, for example. So
yeah,
I think what you're doing is probably the better play, to be honest. But it's just more hassle. But I think it's a better play. I mean, who knows really? But
I guess it depends also what card you've got. Like if you've got really good cards, 4 lineups, all good, then you're in a great position where they can just be your solid cards you pick. I guess I've just not had so far this season. I've won like 2 streaks, but I've not had like I thought I'd be doing better. I thought Spurs cards would do better for me. So maybe I wouldn't need to have so many rotating cards if I had just smashers that were doing it this season. But it could all change. Like like Max is saying in the comments right now, if we don't get a red card next game, we win. Max, I couldn't agree more. That's all. Just no red cards, please. First thing, let's end the game with 11 men. I mean, part of me thinks is now a good time to buy Chelsea cards, because I've had a look at the prices to fill in a few of my collection things, and I've gone, everyone's down and out on Chelsea right now. And like, you get why. It's very obvious why. But like Max said, if Chelsea don't get a red card in the next game, there's certain players as well, because of Chelsea's injury problems, they're going to have to play every game. So someone like João Pedro is going to play every game, like until Delap's fit, which is going to be a few months. So yeah, if you're feeling risky, someone like a João Pedro, Caicedo, Cucurella, there's still good cards there. And like, it helps as a Chelsea fan, because I'll want to just keep these cards forever anyway, so I won't ever want to sell them. But I think even if I wasn't a Chelsea fan, I would be looking at them now going, they still do have Champions League football. They do have Premier League football. It's just, if you can work out the rotation, is there a chance to kind of get in while they're on the low, while their prices have slumped?
Yeah, it's a good opportunity. I don't know if you invest, but I do, stocks and shares of crypto. Well, I used to do a bit more of it now than I do now, to be honest, or before I do now. But it is that mindset, when, for example, when a stock's crashing or crypto's crashing, the first thing you think is, oh God, I'm losing. And what you should be thinking is, oh, if this is opportunity, again, I'm not trying to refer back to Sorare as much, but I guess I am. But that is an opportunity to maybe get in at these Chelsea cards when they're quite low and they're on bad form. When who are doing like Harry Kane now, for probably a bad example, but like the Sunderland cards, I'm guessing are doing quite well, holding the price, because they're at the top. That's when you probably look to maybe sell them on. So it is difficult. It's a mindset, but
that's the tricky part. They're selling them on when they're doing well.
Yeah. Oh, I'm terrible. I think, oh, who they play next? Oh, I could do him in a lineup. I'm not going to sell him as we can. I'll keep him. Then it goes on to next week after that. Oh, then you keep you forever.
Oh, if only we had the discipline. Where were we? We've got to Leeds, Bournemouth. I'm getting to it, producers. My producers are all in here. 20 producers in the room going, get back to the football. Man City, Burnley. And on FPL, I was so annoyed. I triple captained Haaland and then took it off him like the night before the deadline. I was like, nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to save it for a double game week. I'm going to take it off him. And then he goes on and does that. Yeah, what did you have? I saw you wince. Did you have pain in this, or just don't have Haaland?
Yeah, I well called it early in the week. Well, I went to Liverpool last weekend and I had a few drinks, and I was a bit annoyed with my team, so I pressed the wild card button last week and to try and save some team value, and so I couldn't triple captain, but them lucky buggers who triple captain on. Did you see the last goal?
Yeah.
What are the defenders doing?
I know, because I was watching it going like, up until 90 minutes, I was thinking, because I've got a few people in my mini leagues that have had Haaland triple captain. I was like, they went for it. So now I kind of don't want him to do that well. So up until 90 minutes, he just got an assist. And I was like, you know what? That's fine. I've got him as captain. I'll take the assist if it means all of these triple captainers don't get him.
Yeah.
And then those two goals, and like you said, the way the last goal was, it's like, they must have had so much fun. I was so envious of them all.
Yeah. So anyway,
but yeah, in Sorare terms, I mean, City do look back. I think they're going to be the City Liverpool. I can see kind of going for it. I just don't know why Arsenal don't fully convince me. Like, they scraped a win this weekend. I just think City scare me a little bit, whereas Arsenal kind of don't scare me as much. I think Arsenal could get to there if Eze and Gyökeres, if they kind of settle in and get rolling. Neither of them have kind of fully got going yet. But I just think City, like, Haaland looks like he did 2 years ago. Foden's kind of found his form again. Reinders looks like a really clever box-to-box player where he does everything, Reinders. I was watching this game quite closely, looking at him. Again, for FPL reasons, I put Reinders in. I did a wild card 2 weeks ago. So Reinders like put in, and I was kind of like watching him quite closely, and he didn't do that much points wise, but I was just like, there's going to be so many weeks when he gets assists, when he gets the defensive contribution points, I really think he's given us really peak key scores this season and then low scores. But the way City play, he's going to be in the team, which is one thing itself. Like knowing who Pep's going to pick is like a whole Pep roulette thing. So just having someone who's certain like him, and then like especially in FPL, he's like so cheap that at that price, I think he's just worth it. Yeah, they've got the goalkeeper sorted. They've got Diaz and Gvardiol kind of at the back now that Gvardiol doesn't have to play left back. They're playing him at the back, and it just seems to like looks more solid. Yeah, City is scary again. I feel like this game, maybe last year they would have maybe narrowly won or possibly had a shock upset, but this year it's like ruthless and they punished them.
Yeah, two things to mention there. I think number one is Doku. I think he's having a really good season.
Yeah,
and then I don't know if you saw as well. Rodri has got pain in his knee, so that's not great news.
Again.
It's the same knee. You know, obviously he got the ACL, I believe. So keep a close eye on that one.
How old is he? He might be done now. 29, to be getting this kind of injury problems at 29, you know, it feels like players don't really come back to the Rodri we knew a few years ago when he was before the injury. Like, yeah, I worry about Rodri now ever coming back. I would even doubt if his Premier League career is done now. Like maybe he gets a La Liga move, maybe he gets a, because they could still cash in on him while there's still a bit of market value there. Like, especially because this guy's pretty decent as well. This Gonzalez guy's come in. He's done okay, and it's Man City. They could go out and buy anyone. Like maybe an Adam Wharton. They could go and get out a Rodri replacement, sell Rodri at 30. Because yeah, that amount of injuries feels Reece Jamesy. Doesn't feel good.
Yeah, I'm just looking now. I can't see any updates, but it might just be like a further flare up, so it just can't be monitored basically. But I don't think it would be playing, 3 games in a week. That's that sort of player anymore, unfortunately.
No way. Yeah, and then it'll be like, say you get him in Sorare, it's one of the problems I was just saying. Like, you don't know if he's going to play in the Champions League. Is he going to play in the league? Like, I'm guessing his cards aren't going for that much anymore. It's too many Rodris. There's no Rodri limiteds being sold.
Oh, down. There you go.
Oh, there he is. 38 quid. I remember like Rodri a few years ago was like one of the most expensive cards on Sorare. Yeah, he's played a few games. But he's 40% chance to play in the Champions League, so I'm guessing that injury isn't super serious then.
Yeah, I own a rare card, like a classic rare card, so I'm not going to risk it. I don't think this, unless I get some news tomorrow. But I'm not going to risk him this week.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah, let's see. I mean, maybe a good opportunity to get him if he dips below £30.
Yeah,
and then keeps putting up scores like he did against Napoli. Like again, a game against Napoli, I would go, okay, that suits Rodri. That's a nice game for Rodri. But then a game against Burnley, I just feel like, yeah, if I had a Rodri, I just wouldn't know when to play him unless he got in a form or go playing every game. Then sure, but like you said, probably not going to be 3 games a week anymore. Jadon Anthony though at Burnley is he was really exciting, and he's been putting up some great scores this year. He's another one who maybe is playing sort of his last season at his club and playing one of those years where he's like, could see him getting a big move if Burnley get relegated. His scores have been fun.
Bloody hell! Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, this is this season. So the quiet games have been against Spurs and Liverpool, which, obviously understandable. But then other games, he's basically scoring in all the games, and the way he's playing, he's kind of like coming in the box, cutting in so much inside forward stuff, and then the actual strikers are kind of dropping back, kind of filling in for him.
Bloody
And
hell. Yeah. I'm just sorry. I'm just going to those results they got. You played Tottenham, United, Liverpool, and City. I mean, they aren't easy games. So he's God. He's actually
coming up, Villa, Leeds, Wolves. I mean, this is why he's on my watch list.
Definitely.
I'm kind of
Oh, God.
thinking maybe wait till the Villa game. If he doesn't do anything there, he's got the better fixtures after that, and then the price comes down a bit. Because right now the hype is hypey.
And international break as well. So it's a good time there.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. That could
I'm
be a
just looking
fun
there.
pickup.
The game times there are just crazy. 7 a.m. Obviously, I know it's your time. It's just
Yeah.
I love that. Having a nice cup of tea in the morning.
Oh, it's so good. And like the only thing I don't like is when Chelsea are the 12:30 game. It's like 5:30 in the morning here.
Yeah, I remember you saying, yeah.
And that's the only thing I don't like. But it's so great. Morning cup of tea with Premier League football. Like,
Oh,
no complaints. So yeah, I think Jaden Anthony. And I mean, even at hype price right now, what was he? Like £12. Like again, that's what I sold the Watkins for. So I think it's probably worth it. Watkins in a Villa team that don't look that fun and creative this year, and Jaden Anthony like the one outlet for a team like Burnley where he plays every week, seems to be the main guy, scoring well. Yeah, I'm tempted.
Is he on penalties and free kicks?
I don't think so. I think maybe like Cullen or someone's on free kicks and corners.
Yeah, he seems some decent A scores there as well. So
yeah, I like the idea of international break. If he has a bit of a quiet game against Villa, what am I looking for? I'm looking for his price history because now I'm guessing. Yeah, a bit of but not that big of a swing like we've seen with other players. Sort of £13. Tenner went for like 2 weeks ago. He was going for £10. Hasn't been in an auction for a while. Last auction was 4 days ago, £9. So that was before he scored against Man City. So again, I'm guessing next auctions are a little bit higher, like £14 mark. But then, yeah, international break after a blank against Villa for Wolves and Leeds back to back. It's very hard for me to say this is not financial advice when I sell something that strongly. Right, Nottingham Forest, Sunderland. I think I put a full classic stack in champion of Forest players here, thinking this is an easy win. Surely Forest, new manager, first big win of the Ange era, and apart from Elliot Anderson, who I don't think, even if Forest lost 5-0, I'm sure you'd see a green score from Elliot Anderson. No one in the attack looked decent. I don't know why Gibbs White wasn't playing. Slightly worried that maybe he doesn't fancy Gibbs White, but maybe resting him because Forest again got Europe, got the league, new manager, really hard to predict.
Yeah, also I know they played Betis last week. I'm just looking now who they've got. Imagine they're at home against Midland on is that Thursday night? I'm guessing. So they got plenty of rest. So yeah, I'm surprised. Gibbs White, Hudson-Odoi didn't play. Yeah, if you get onto the bench, I mean, they've got Gibbs White coming off the bench. They've got Hutchinson, Eagle, Jesus. They've got some decent talent.
That is some. I mean,
before, yeah.
Those are better players than Chelsea were bringing off the bench last week. So, and also really young and exciting. Like if Ange does kind of get settled quickly, he could build a team around people like Hutchinson for years. Like, and Anderson, Hutchinson, Gibbs White, I think they could. I mean, if this Igor Jesus guy, if he turns out to be a great guy, then he's the striker problem for the next couple of years sorted. Only 24. And that's the only area I see. Like I was watching this game thinking Chris Wood just doesn't look. Maybe it's a Nuno thing. Maybe Chris Wood was just Nuno. Him and Nuno had a crazy connection. And then I was thinking, Chris Wood moving to West Ham should happen. Like reuniting with Nuno. West Ham, I feel like always need a striker. Chris Wood moving in January. Forest getting in someone else who Ange prefers. Make it happen, football gods, because Chris Wood looks lost without Nuno.
Yeah, and obviously Xhaka as well, unbelievable for Sunderland. Shout out to him, and yeah, Sunderland. They do. I mean, I wasn't the only one who said this, but I thought Sunderland, Burnley, and Leeds. Yeah, I thought they could all everything was straight back down, but was Sunderland 4th, 5th? It started today, so yeah, they're doing very well. Obviously, early days yet, but fair play to them.
With Xhaka, I still remember. You must have had this as well, where like you don't buy players and you remember the exact price you could have bought them and you didn't.
Yeah. Oh.
And like I still remember there was an auction with Xhaka and he was going for like £5. I wanted to buy him for £5 because he'd been going for about £5. It was like after his first game where he didn't score that well and like all of the hype died. And so I bid £5. It went up to 6 and I was like, no. He's going to get sent off every game. He didn't have a good first game of the season. And then I literally was looking at him today. And he's up to like £17. His scores have been solid. He takes set pieces. I mean, look at his scores.
Jesus.
And like I said, this was the first game of the season where didn't have the best game. So I thought, do I want to pay £6 at auction? And then if I had, I would have just pretty much enjoyed every week since. International breaks he plays.
I feel like buying Anthony Xhaka. I can hear like a relegation. Like a promoted stack or something. Bloody hell! I didn't know he was that good.
Yeah, 60. I love this. 63 without any decisives. Like,
yeah,
he just is involved in everything. Just tackles, set pieces, just proper like captain in that midfield. Like,
yeah. Well, you've got United away next, which is obviously I think it's a tough game, but then your international break after that. So
Wolves after the international break.
You could one you can wait and then
what's this?
Oh.
No,
October. Yeah, the dates at October the 10th.
Oh, right. These should be
I'm not sure what's happened there, but yeah. But he's no one to buy. Maybe after this weekend, after this up and coming weekend, potentially as well.
Yeah, as Hernduzi correctly points out, New York City skyline. Hernduzi, somebody talked me down from Xhaka. I think it might have even been you, mate. So. Strong words. Someone told me, but he's going to get suspended. It might have been an FPL decision, actually. And maybe it was, someone maybe may have told me in FPL, like, don't get him, he'll get too many yellow cards. So he's not as good of an FPL option as he is a Sorare option. So that they may have been right.
How many yellow cards has he got this season?
How many yellow cards?
I'm going to guess. How many games is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to guess 2. I'm going to guess 2. Can we see?
Do we see yellow cards? 2. Spot on.
Yeah, 6 games, 2 yellow cards. Yeah, I'm not surprised it's more, to be fair.
I think maybe what put me off as well was the age, because I do like to kind of like the idea of keeping my cards for a while. Hernduzi claims it's not him. Okay, fair play, Hernduzi. And I mean, I feel like you are a Xhaka fan. You're an Arsenal fan, so you must have fond memories. But because I thought 33, all right, if he has a good year this year, 34. Then I was thinking like this is at the time after one game played. If they get relegated, do I want this card as like a championship card? Will he move to Saudi? Will he move? Like now it looks like a solid card. Now it looks like Sunderland will stay up. He'll be in the Premier League for 2 years at least. It was definitely worth it. But when I was umming and ahhing about it, it was like he's new in the league. He could just go back to Germany if it doesn't work out. So they were my reasons. I think they're good. It was good logic. I just didn't see Sunderland doing this well. I mean, where are they in the league? They're like, did you say fourth?
I'm sure the fourth, fifth, sixth. I'm sure might be higher than
Fifth. Wow, that is mad. Unbeaten in 4. Yep. Sunderland was a team we should have gone for.
God, United, Newcastle, Villa, 14th, 15th, 16th. Jeez.
That is not too pretty. Villa will be okay now. I've got rid of all my cards. I had a little Villa stat going. It's all gone. Burnley, West Ham, Wolves. Yeah. Could be the bottom 3. Could be the final bottom 3, that.
Yeah. I mean, it's only 6 games in. I still think Leeds will struggle, to be fair. I think Wolves, Leeds, I think it's very early to say, maybe Burnley, I still think Leeds will struggle, but they've had a decent start, but I've got a funny feeling you're going to go and slip up somewhere, and yeah.
Yeah, Leeds' one win recently came against Wolves as well, so that probably they're not going to get that every game.
Yeah, I think they did well. They kept a clean sheet against Newcastle. Obviously, they did last minute goal against Bournemouth. Yeah, so they've done well, but I just think, yeah, they might slow down a little bit, to be fair.
Leeds, for me, it could be the January window, could be like make or break for them. If they get 1 or 2 really good players in the transfer window in January, just to give them a boost for that second half, they might stay up. Like if they get, I'm trying to think, I feel like it has been done before where teams have almost got relegated and then they've signed just a bit of a ballsy signing on loan in the January transfer window. Someone at like Barcelona who's not quite playing, he's a bench player, and then they come and they sort of really impress for 6 months. Coutinho style, or a striker. Maybe they just bring in a striker who does well for that last period of the season. Or if Calvert-Lewin stays fit, kind of gets going, maybe that could be a thing that keeps them up. Because he scored, didn't he, this game? No, he didn't score. Wait, what are we looking at? We are on Forest Sunderland. What am I talking about? Leeds.
It was me. I went on to
How did we get there, Jack? How did we get there? Palace have won the Champions League. What's going on in the world of football right now? Palace have winning the Champions League. I think it's because we were looking at bargains to buy like Granit Xhaka. Here we go. Yeah. And then we were like,
yeah, right.
Who's getting relegated? And then we were talking about Leeds. Okay, it makes sense. All right, producers, I'm back, producers. I'm mentally back. Forest, Sunderland. So Forest are a joke, but maybe they'll get sorted. Until now, I wouldn't be going near Forest players. Sunderland, again, I probably won't go near Sunderland just because it's, well, like you said, it's the peak moment for them. So Stocks and Sunderland are high right now. So I think, well done if you got on the train, but if you've not, you've got to wait for the next dip.
Yeah.
It's Tottenham v Wolves. Another game that wound me up this weekend. I was like, I've got Vicario, I've got Pedro Porro. Porro didn't play. I had Kudos, very quiet game from him. I just think I like Richarlison. He's annoying as a kind of individual. He winds your opponents up. I feel like he's got a bit of a good story about him. I feel like he's been through a bit of personal stuff, but I just don't think he's their guy for Tottenham. I think he's a great impact sub or a striker in the Champions League games. I just don't think he should be the number one guy for them.
I can see Richarlison. I don't know why. I can see it like Inter Milan, like an Italian team, and doing really well. I don't know what it is. I can just see him in the Italian league doing really well. It's like a two striker formation, like a Turan Martinez. That come off the bench and get a few. I can just see him. That's my shot for next minute. Richarlison to Inter Milan. I don't know why. It's just just that sort of playing two up front, Tim and Martinez, and then I've got Thuram as
I can
well.
see it. I can see him in the blue and black
Yeah,
stripes.
I don't know what it is, but yeah, Tottenham 1-1. I didn't see this match. Was this the last? This was a night game well for me it was
It
a
was
Saturday night game. I'm
it
pretty
was the
sure.
middle one, I think. Oh no, wait, it was the end one. It was the last one.
Yeah. So I missed this game. So I'd actually see those games, but I saw the result and I was like, wow. Because I was same as you. I thought 3-4 nil Tottenham, and Kudus with a couple of goals, Siemens with a goal and assist. But yeah, to be fair to Wolves, they got a point. Fair play.
Yeah, I mean, and Tottenham also they weren't even tired. It wasn't even like they had Champions League midweek. It wasn't like they'd rotated they played a B team in the cup before this, so shocked. I did have Pedro Porro as my defender. I've now got a Romero because I was like, well, if Porro is no longer the kind of guaranteed go-to guy every game, which I thought he was, he's also lost free kicks and corners to Simmons. So all my logic for why I got Porro is kind of going out the window now. Like I thought he was nailed on and I thought he was on set pieces. He's now neither of those. So let's see if Romero, captain, he's also, Romero's the captain. I just feel like that's a safer pick for... It's also a little bit of my strategy where I kind of was like... So last year I was like fully budget. I bought Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest stacks last year when they weren't hyped. Like this was in the first international break of last season. And so this year I was like, okay, now I'm going to go a bit more... I'm going to buy bigger teams, better players, people like Caicedo, those kind of like players. But I don't think I went enough. I think I went a little bit too budget where like Tottenham, for example, I'll get Pedro Porro when Romero was the most expensive option. But I kind of budgeted out a bit. I was like, I don't want to pay Romero. And I told myself, oh, Porro will be on free kicks, corners. I tried to... There was some logic. It's not like I picked Udogie or I picked... one of the other defenders, Spence. So I think Porro was a good pick. I just think if I had an unlimited budget, I would have gone for Romero. And I think that's how I should actually play. That's why I got Romero in now, because I'm like, if you're going to go budget, I just don't think it works. I just think you go for the best option.
Yeah, I think that team. I'd again. Sorry to be back to myself. Sorry, but
no, that's why you're on, Jack. That's why you're here.
I was playing rare in the season, so I was going Fulham stack, Palace stack. I went to Sociedad, and I was buying the players in decent teams, but I was buying like the second best player in their team, the third best player when I should have, and even like Fulham, they aren't the best team. That's why I've gone down to limited this year. I still haven't brought the... I mean, you could argue I've brought the best players in some cases, your Sakas, etc. But that's what I've dropped down to limited because obviously I don't have an unlimited budget. I'm quite fortunate to make a lot of money on Sorare recently. When I first started, so I could go out there and get rares before, but I realise the price now. And yes, as you say, I think I've gone for the premium plays this season. I do enjoy buying the budget plays as well. Don't get me wrong, but I'm having so much fun. Having the best cards and winning great prizes. So I get it. I think if you go budget, you go budget. Like you're talking your Anthony's earlier, your Shaka, those sort of teams, and you maybe stack them up a little bit more. In my opinion, you get 3 or 4 players on one team. Where if you're getting out like. So if you say like the Pedro Porro, you're getting Palhinha from Tottenham. You aren't getting the Simmons, the Romeros. It's like that really.
Yeah, that's been a huge lesson for me this season. I just think if you're gonna go budget like I have to an extent, where I've not gone Man City or Liverpool, I've gone Tottenham. Okay, so that's the first decision you've made to go a bit budget. Then within that team, you can't go budget again. You can't go... You have to pick the best player at that budget club. Like you have to go Semenyo. You don't like I went for Evan Nielsen a few weeks ago when I should have gone for Semenyo. If you're targeting Bournemouth, get the best players from that team. Don't get the budget players from the budget team in a way. Like
I get you. Yeah, because that's that Man City up here, Liverpool, etc. the budget plays there. I mean, you can probably talk like a Gakpo maybe. I mean, he's done pretty good this season, but you get the gist. But where Gakpo level is like a Tottenham star level, so you probably get like a Romero.
Yeah,
It makes sense in my head. But
yeah,
yeah, the lower you go down, the more premium. So let's say you got a budget of like 500, and then obviously that probably makes like a really good Bournemouth team or an okay Tottenham team. You should really go for the really good Bournemouth team, if that makes sense. It's
yeah,
making
yeah,
sense in my
yeah.
head.
No,
So
no, no. I get it. I get it. Maybe because it's been on my mind a lot as well recently, like trying to change that way I've been playing recently. But no, I totally get that, and it's why my last two purchases are Romero and Semenyo, because it's like if I'm gonna be back in these teams, I have to have. I can't be playing
yeah.
Bournemouth cards and not having Semenyo. It's just so yeah. But each to their own. Each to their own. That was Tottenham versus Wolves. What's the Everton West Ham game doing? 1-0 still. Looks like Beto's having another shocker. I bought Beto a few weeks ago thinking, he's going to be getting so much service from Grealish and Dewsbury Hall. I underestimated the big chances missed statistic because he's missing like 4 big chances for every shot on target he's getting. So, if anybody wants a Beto card, send me a message. Send me a DM. Yeah, this is looking tense. I mean, from a West Ham point of view, I guess this is an improvement. I think if they still had Potter, this might be 3-0 to Everton by now. So looks like Kilman's having a good game at the back.
I mean, yeah, looking at both teams there, really, but they both got on paper there. You look at Everton's, especially the free and behind Beto, and you look at West Ham's. You got Somerville, Paqueta, Fernandez, Bowen. Yeah, they've really. I mean, obviously, it's just names on the screen there, really, but they both got decent sides. I mean,
Yeah.
from looking at it, if you just players' names, obviously I get obviously West Ham where they are because of those players, but I think it's those players in behind the attacker. Your Bowens, your Grealishes, your Ndai, Somerville, big money players.
Yeah, both of these teams actually probably do with a better striker, like, or a proven striker. Like,
Yeah,
they've got the
Chris Wood.
get Chris Wood in. If Chris Wood gets in, I'm getting him in season. If he goes in January, reunites with Nuno, Chris Wood, oh, the dream. All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Tottenham, we did Villa, Fulham. Yeah, I mean, I just think Fulham are there. Like, I didn't watch this game because it was genuinely too painful for me. So I was like, I think I saw when Watkins scored. I think I was like, nah, turned it off. Get that off. Was it at the? I think it was at the same time as the Tottenham game as well. So that also helped me. I could just watch the Tottenham game. But yeah, I saw the highlights and Fulham just look terrible. Like last week, I think it was they looked good, and now they look terrible. And it was a case of I think Fulham being bad and Villa being good. And I don't know. I think Bournemouth have got Fulham next. So that was another reason why I went for that Semenyo this week because I was like, this Fulham team. When I saw what Villa were doing to them, I was like, Bournemouth could have fun against this team next week. So. That's why Jimenez played. He played but then got injured. Someone was saying in the chat, Muniz didn't play this week. Oh, he didn't come off the bench. Muniz got injured as well.
Oh, doubtful.
So Jimenez injured, Muniz injured. So maybe Bournemouth could keep a clean sheet next week against Fulham. Yeah. Not much to get excited about Fulham wise. Villa wise, if you've held on to your Watkins and your Rodgers this long, I suppose you've got a glimmer of hope now that maybe they get going. For me, it was always a case of though, even if they score against Fulham, they've got their fixtures do get a bit trickier coming up. They've got Europe as well. They're in a little bit of position in Europe where like Watkins will still play because I don't think they have a backup striker. Like who comes off the bench? Donny Malin or Jadon Sancho, maybe?
A backup have they really?
which I think is what is going to also be a bad thing for Villa long term, is that they've clearly not financially right at Villa. They haven't been able to bring in lots of the players they needed this year. I think they wanted to get rid of Martinez. They wanted to get rid of maybe someone else. They couldn't get rid of those players, so they've not been able to bring in players. So I just think like once the European football takes a toll on their legs, once Watkins is, if he gets injured, they are screwed. Like, so that was another reason why I kind of I'm backing out of all my Villa cards, just because I was like, it was a mistake to back them. I've seen enough in the first 6 weeks to know this is not the team I thought they were going to be this year. I was also speaking to an Arsenal mate of mine who was telling me the way Villa are playing right now reminds him of when Emery was at Arsenal, like the kind of running out of ideas, the kind of desperation, the kind of a little bit sluggish, not quite creative considering the players that he had. My Arsenal friend was saying the same thing. He was saying like the players that Arsenal Villa have got, people like Rodgers, Harvey Elliott, there's exciting players there. They're just something's missing, and he says that this is what Emery does. He gets a bit boring and then he leaves the club. That's at the end of the Emery cycle. So, yeah, all of that put me off, basically. But they won 3-1, so maybe they're going to turn it around. A little bit of hope for Villa fans there.
Yeah, I think these two teams will be mid-table-ish, I'm guessing. I definitely Fulham. They're just always in around the mid-table. I mean, I'm going first out there. I think Fulham are the most boringest club in the Premier League.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. A big call.
I'm sorry. If you're a Fulham fan, watch it. I'm sorry.
Wait, Jack. I need to clip this. I want to clip this. We're going to make some controversial clickbait from this. Jack, what? Tell me, Jack. Jack P. Oh, thanks for joining us, Jack P, for this really controversial chat. What do you think about Fulham?
Boring.
Mic drop. Literal mic drop from Jack P there. More boring than Wolves? It's close, right? It's those two. Those two are battling for most boring team. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Fulham.
You're going to stick with your guns. Stick with the anti-Fulham agenda.
They are a Premier League club. I just don't know. Yeah, they're boring.
Take that, Iwobi. Oh, take that, Harry Wilson. You're boring. Jack P has spoken. They were boring against Villa. I'll give you that. Speaking of not boring, last game for us to review, Jack.
Goal. West Ham.
Oh, really? Bowen. Wow. That's not good for who was in the chat earlier saying he's put an Everton Arena team out. Bowen. Oh, yeah, of course. He's too good for West Ham. You don't deserve him, West Ham. You don't deserve him. Who got the assist?
Big goal. I think Juve, the left back.
Juve.
From what I can see at FPL.
I wonder if West Ham are going to become a bit more defensively solid now, because Forest were solid defensively, and the squad looks similar in that defensively. Like, I think they've got Kilman, Mavropanos, maybe someone else, another good defender. Maybe I'm thinking of Wan-Bissaka who's injured. This Igor Julio, I think he was.
They had the guy who was like to Man United on. He's from France. Oh, what's his name?
Oh yeah, young one.
That's going to annoy me.
We're both going to have aneurysms. Chat, help out. Come on, there's 12 people watching right now. Someone must know. And while you're there, like the video, guys. If you're watching this in the future and you know the answer, write in the comments quickly, no cheating, who the player is. West Ham, young.
From Rennes or somewhere. Oh, God. What's his name?
Has he left? He's not on the bench.
I don't know. I don't know. He was definitely there last season. Oh, my God. It's going to annoy me so much. He's always linked to Man United. He's Football Manager as well. That's the one. Nice, that's the one.
AJJ Brothers is coming with Euro. No, AJ Brothers. It was Todibo. Correct answer.
That's the one.
So happy I got there in the end. I don't know what I was about to search. I was literally about to search French West Ham Manchester United rumors. Let's see what it would have gone. French Manchester United rumors. Nah. Good job I remembered. Oh, Beto's been hooked. Sell your Beto stocks. Sell your Beto stocks for whatever you can get for them, Hernduzi. I need to do the same. Because also, Undai is a forward. So it's just better to have Grealish, Dewsbury Hall, and Undai rather than Grealish, Dewsbury Hall, and Beto. Again, that's what I did. I went the budget route. I'm going to go for Everton. I want Grealish and Dewsbury Hall. So I got them in. And then I was like, I need one more. Oh, Undai is kind of the one, but Will Beto, I took the chance. And I was like, you're trying to use logic, trying to tell myself, well, Beto will be getting more service this year, getting more, all of this stuff. And like, I should have just gone Undai, scrapped Beto, premium of the budget team. That's this week's lesson, guys. I think chat is slightly behind because the Todibo suggestions are coming in. Handuzi, you're going to get 5 brownie points for that because I'm going to trust that you sent that before and didn't just wait till we started talking about it and then guessed. I think... Oh, wait, we have not done Newcastle Arsenal. This was a little bit harsh on Newcastle. A little bit harsh. They did okay. But Arsenal... No worries, Hernduzi. Safe flights. Enjoy your flight. We'll get Hernduzi on maybe in the coming weeks. So we'll catch up where he's flying. He's always flying. He was in Sweden 1 week. Now he's flying again. Enjoy. So yeah. Did you see this game?
I did, yeah. Did you?
Yeah, I think I missed the first 15 minutes. I think I missed...
What's your take on the penalties decision? Obviously, we had the first one with Gyökeres and Pope.
I don't think it was a penalty. I think he was looking for it. I think he was because he was looking for it a bit too much. It made it look worse. Like it made it easier for the ref because, like, if he'd have fallen a bit more naturally and if he'd have gone down maybe a bit more honestly, I think it might have been given as a penalty. But because it kind of looked like he was trying to wait for that touch, trying to go down on purpose, it made it seem less of a pen.
Again, Arsenal I don't like them. Let's put it that way. But I think if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be so annoyed. But I can see what I was going to tell you is watch the replay again because I saw it yesterday. I went to bed last night thinking about it. Don't know why. Anyway, I can see Nick Pope getting a touch, but was it a big deflection? I can't remember, so I need to watch it back.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I'm an Arsenal fan, I'll be really annoyed. Newcastle fan, I'll be like, you got the ball.
Yeah. It's one of those weird ones where it's like if you touch the ball slightly, like. I don't quite get it because it's like, yes, he got the ball first, but that slight of a touch would have just moved it slightly and the striker would have still scored if he hadn't been fouled.
I need to watch it again to make a decision, actually. So I'm going to sit on the fence there and say I need to VAR that myself.
Yeah. We'll come back to you next week.
Yeah, we had the other one. What was the other one? The handball, Gabriel handball wanted. What are your thoughts?
Like, my thoughts are I just don't know the rules with the handballs anymore. So, like, I guess it was the right decision if you think or like similar things that have happened this season. But like, again, I think we just need next season, like, much clearer handball rules so that we know whenever there's a situation like this, it's either like we know what the rules are and there's consistency. Because at the moment, it feels like that could have gone either way, the decision, and it would have been okay.
Yeah, again, I mean, I'm just on the fence in this one as well, but I'm a defender, so I can see it. Gabriel has not done that on purpose. There's
No.
no way in the world he's done that. I mean, you can say about anything really, couldn't you? But he's not. But then I watch it again and I think, how is that not a penalty? So
Yeah.
I can't. I hate being a referee. Yeah. So I'm on the fence of both there. So I've asked you the question, but I'm on the fence.
No, that's why it was such a tricky decision as well, because it's not
Yeah.
obvious. Both decisions weren't obvious either way, so we just have to go with whatever laws VAR are currently going on. Like, these are how we do
Yeah.
handballs, these are how we do penalties. But like I said, like, I definitely think we need like just clearer rules about handballs, like, because
Yeah.
if
I
it
was
was
definitely.
like intent is so hard to prove. Like, did he mean it? Did he not mean
Yeah.
it? Was it a natural position? Like, because like you said, defenders like yourselves, you understand what it's like to jump for a ball where your arms are usually placed, and like strikers watching that will never see that. So we just need clearer
Mm,
rules next year.
yeah.
Um, Football wise, I don't think there was anything that surprising here. I think both teams are good. I think Newcastle are still gelling. The striker and Gordon, especially, like, I could see glimpses of some kind of connection forming there. Um, they both look good, but they're both kind of not fit, not used to playing with each other yet. Gordon's only just come back from suspension, so this is like the second time he's ever played with him. So I think there's enough to be encouraged with Newcastle here. A little bit of a worry at left back, I think, right back, because Livramento got injured. I think Lewis Hall maybe was injured. Trippier's kind of getting on a bit. So fullbacks at Newcastle are a little bit of a kind of, I don't know who's going to be right back next week. I think Trippier came off the bench, so he can play, but
Yeah.
he's not going to be able to play 3 games a week, which they've got now. Kraft, I suppose, could play right back, but they've got Shaw injured. So there's just a few defensive worries for Newcastle, but I think they'll be all right.
Yeah, they've got enough. A play that I've been disappointed with the last few days. I mean, I watched the Newcastle Barca game. And obviously the game of the weekend. Bruno Guimaraes. He looks a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I love him as a player. I mean, I earned his rare card, but I didn't. Last couple of games, I don't know what it is. He just hasn't. I mean, even his rare scores as well, as you can see there. But he just
That,
hasn't been even like an eye watch yet. He just hasn't looked the same player.
like, look at last season compared to this season.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh,
something's
there you
not.
go. Mm.
Was there rumors that he wanted to leave? Do you think maybe he wanted to leave and then is a bit
I
upset
don't
he's still
think
there?
so. I don't think so because I think when Isak was trying to force move
Oh
out, he
yeah,
didn't he do some sort of like Instagram. I'm not sure how true it is, but
yeah,
I'm sure he did some sort of post like I saying how much he loves it. He loves the club or something like that. So I don't think. Yeah, I definitely watched the. But I mean, I've only seen the Barca game and the Newcastle game, but he just didn't look like the player. He just looked like an bang average midfielder. He just didn't seem
yeah,
like in normal style. You know, he gets himself out there, doesn't he? And a bit bargy and a bit of quality on the ball. But yeah, he just wasn't great.
yeah. It is a bit. I'm trying to work out why and if it's been a gradual decline in price. Someone's getting him for £12 2 days ago.
Jesus.
Satonio got him for £12. Like, he was one of the premium Premier League midfielders last year, and um, yeah, I wonder if there's an opportunity here maybe to back him to kind of. He just needs like one maybe good score, and the pendulum will swing back. So
Just while on Newcastle, what's Tonali's scores like? Is because obviously I think he takes more set pieces, doesn't he, Tonali?
I think Tonali's doing better. Yeah, Tonali scores are better.
Yeah. So yeah,
So he's probably the one to go for.
yeah.
Yeah, Tonali's fairly consistent on set pieces. And I guess maybe if Guimaraes is playing worse, Tonali's going to be picking up the extra work and getting better scores because of that.
Yeah, I'm pretty. I think Shorten Todd on set on corners as well, so that's a big advantage for him.
And Gabriel, what a ridiculous player! Like, very, very happy to have one Arsenal card and it be Gabriel. No, not planning on getting any more. Don't worry, Jack. I'm not going to get any more Arsenal players. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
I'm surprised you've got one.
I'm surprised I got so many Tottenham cards this year. I mean, that's bad enough for me. Like, I'm not going to go for Arsenal as well. Like, right, Jack. We've come to the end of the show. It's been a pleasure. I like how your football brain works. You've got a kind of similar outlook to me. Like, a lot of the times you say things and I'm like, yeah, that's what I think. I think it might be the FM head. I think I sense a fellow FM head.
You might be the only one.
just us talking nonsense and everyone else watching going, what are they talking about? I hope you haven't thought that, guys. Do give it a like and a subscribe whenever you're watching this video. Jack, thanks for coming on. You better get used to it because you're furniture around here now, Jack. We'll get you on in a month or so again. And hopefully next time we'll be like, oh, I can't believe you got all those great purchases, Amreezy, after getting rid of Watkins and Rogers. You really turned your gallery around. Hopefully that's the chat we have next time.
Well, I'm just thinking FM, you see, I think we'll get an FM stream. I think end of November-ish time. We'll have to do something. I don't know how we could do that. Like an FM Sorare sort of. We'll have to have a little think.
I've been thinking about it already. Because I used to stream it in the past, but it just is so time consuming. Like, you got to do it like a couple of days a week, hours. You got to stream. Then I was thinking, like, could we have a show like this where we chat about like how your FM save's going, how mine's going, do a bit of screen sharing? But I don't know if that's because like Sorare is good because it's like people can kind of hear what we're saying and go, oh, I could do that, I could get that card, or
relate to it.
Whereas FM, they're gonna be like, oh, nice to hear you doing so well in your saves, but I'm struggling. Doesn't help me with my 5-game loss run or whatever. So
we'll have to keep putting it in there every so often. Oh, I've done this with FM this week. I've done this week. I said we might be the ones that play in this whole conversation, but
we'll think about it. We'll keep thinking about it, and if you've got any ideas, ping me a message, and we'll see what we can do. If you've got any suggestions in the comments, guys, leave that. Can be the comments for people watching this in the future. What do you play FM first of all, and if you do, how can we make content out of it? One for the ponderers. Jack, how did Stoke do at the weekend?
We drew 1-1 against Norwich. We absolutely battered them. We hit the post, cleared off the line. I think we had about 12, 13 corners. We had 2. We're still third in the league, but it feels like we lost it. It feels like we dropped 2 points, and they were just hanging on for dear life. But Enzon's is back now, World Cup winner, back at the side. He come on the final 5 minutes. We've got a big game tomorrow night, I believe it is, against Middlesbrough, who are top of league. So
Middlesbrough tomorrow,
big test. So yeah, really good start to the season.
Looking at that league table, that is tight.
Just go on to the Norwich game there, the 1-1. I'm just going off. Where the stats here? Look at that. Total shots, 23 to 6.
Wow.
I mean, expected goals wasn't, but we just didn't have that final pass really. But we absolutely, as you can see there, we had plenty of shots at the post. We should have won the game.
Wilmot's still going. Wait, he's only 25. Why did I think he was like 35? No, I've got him confused with someone else. There's no way. There's no way I'm thinking of the same player.
Yeah, but the 2 players now is Aaron. Honestly, Aaron Creswell. He is.
Is it his first year at Stoke?
Yeah, you can just tell he's like Premier League quality. Like he's touches. He's just the way he's my best signing. And then Llewell, the other centre back, he signed for Stoke a couple of seasons ago, but he's been injured, and he is a man mount. He's like 6'4", maybe.
Nice.
Maybe. But honestly, he is an absolute unit.
From Celtic.
Yeah, Celtic. Yeah, but he's been injured for like he got player of the season, I think, for Fleetwood on loan a couple of seasons ago. He's been injured ever since. But yeah, he's keeping Matt Phillips. Not Matt Phillips. He's keeping Phillips. What's his first name now? I can't remember his name. He's keeping the guy on loan from Ashley Phillips on loan for Tottenham. He's keeping him out at the moment.
Oh wow, that's where Ashley Phillips
Mm.
is. Do you have any? Do you play Stoke players like classic cards?
I own a couple. I own Man Off, the right winger. I'm just trying to think who else. There isn't many
Yeah, there's no
Stoke
Lawal.
cards. Yeah,
Thought there might be a
there's a few
Celtic
old
card
players.
from a few years ago.
Oh, if there was, he'd be a good scorer. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you that right now. But yeah, there's not too many, unfortunately.
AJJ Brothers has confirmed that Undai got subbed off, so it's a good job I didn't get him this
Oh,
week.
no more FPL points for me.
No more. You've had enough, Jack. That's your FPL points. No more. What is this? Is that game done now? 84 minutes. I'm going to go and watch the last 5 of this. And watch the highlights. Yeah. Jack, thanks again for coming on. Always a pleasure. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, nice one. Thank you very much.
Peace, guys.